Planet Dolan.
From faulty chastity belts to S&M that went horribly wrong, we look at 8 horrifying sex-related deaths. Hey there guys, I'm Danger Dolans Mysterious brother. I'm here to blow your mind with academic research, insight, and other dark magic. Number 8. Trust a French president to die during sex. Felix Faure died having his Eiffel Tower serviced by his much younger mistress. Back in 1899, Felix Faure was at the end of his first term as president. His official cause of death was listed as a stroke, which is true, but word got out that he died while his mistress was going down on him. When the servants burst in, Felix's hand was still stuck in his lover's hair. She was apparently suffering from shock-induced lockjaw, with the president's solemn member still in her mouth. Poor guy was probably gasping for air, and she thought he was about to blow his load. That rigor mortis can really be misleading though, so who can blame her? Number 7. Poor Rosavella didn't exactly die during sex. No, her death was technically caused by a lack of sex. The 22-year-old Peruvian woman died from an infection caused by a rusty lock on her homemade chastity belt. Her jealous husband made the medieval device to ensure that she stayed true while he was away on business trips. Unfortunately, one trip required him to stay longer than originally anticipated, and the infection turned toxic. Remember kids, it doesn't pay to be handy in the home, always go to Home Depot for your chastity belt needs. Number 6. So it turns out that sexual repression is pretty widespread throughout the world, regardless of nationality. And poor Sashi and Tomio Hidaka were no exception to this. The Japanese couple were so painfully shy, they waited 14 years into their marriage before they decided to do the deed. Unbelievably, they had simultaneous heart attacks during sex. On the plus side, their autopsies revealed they'd also experienced simultaneous orgasms. So, good for them? This may be the case of the unluckiest long-term virgins ever. Maybe if this was a horror movie, you'd understand why they got bumped off after bumping uglies, but come on, this stuff shouldn't be happening in the real world. Number 5. Jimmy Ferrozzo, also known as Jimmy the Beard, died in an unfortunate workplace accident. He was the assistant manager at a topless bar called the Condor, and after closing one night, Jimmy was getting frisky with an exotic dancer. The lovers were fooling around atop the club's piano that was wired to the roof. Dancers were regularly lowered onto the stage on it. Unfortunately, one of the lovers knocked the lever to raise the piano, and Jimmy was crushed to death between the roof, his lover, and the piano. If his lover had been running cowgirl, she would have been the one crushed, but alas, it was missionary that was Jimmy's downfall. His lover was actually pretty lucky that Jimmy's body prevented her from being crushed to death too, but she was stuck beneath the body until 7 AM when the janitor came in. That would have been an awkward convo. Number 4. There are more theories on Attila the Hun's death than there are fan theories about Game of Thrones, but one theory is particularly harmful to his bad boy image. Attila was one of the most feared dudes in the world when he ruled the Huns. This brutal ruler plundered the way across modern-day Europe and Asia, but apparently the ruthless Attila had a kinky side. Rumours around the campfire said that he was really into S&M, and while he was enjoying his new wife, she punched him in the face, which caused him to start profusely bleeding from the nose. While there are those that insist the new wife actually murdered Attila, there's also the chance that one of the most cold-blooded men in history died from a nosebleed. This could turn off quite a few of Attila's groupies, the aptly named Hunhounds. Number 3. A bit of outdoors nookie can really spice things up, but being cautious about where you're making babies is always important. A Serbian woman and her lover were not so cautious and picked an odd place for a romp, on train tracks. As she was writhing in pleasure on top, she apparently heard a train approaching, looked up, and was decapitated instantly. I do feel sorry for the guy she was having sex with. One minute you're having mind-blowing sex, the next minute your girlfriend's mind has been blown out of its skull. Still, for those playing at home, don't have sex on tracks. That's no way to get ahead in life. This couple needs a little more training. Okay, I'll stop. Number 2. Discovering that your spouse is cheating on you is a betrayal like no other. Finding out they're cheating on you with a work colleague is even worse. In 1993, a circus animal trainer, Hannibal Cantori, strangled his wife and then committed suicide. In his suicide note, Hannibal revealed the reason for murdering his wife: infidelity of a treacherous nature. He'd walked into his stable to find her having sex with one of his horses. It was a crime of passion. Hannibal must have been utterly horrified. Maybe he also realized that she'd only married him for the constant access to horsecock. Number 1. Our final contestant is technically a solo venture, but the tale is too depraved not to include it. An Argentinian shepherd was found dead beside his DIY sex doll, a scarecrow. He dressed the scarecrow in a long-haired wig and even put lipstick on it to up the sex appeal. He'd also armed his scare-hoe with a 6-inch strap-on for some sexy butt play. The shepherd lived alone and wasn't discovered until his corpse was getting so stanky that the neighbors called the cops. Police have no clue what caused the farmer's demise, but it's possible his butt play got a little too rough and he tore something. Or his scare-hoe came to life and murdered him when she saw how wrong the lipstick he'd chosen was for her skin tone. She was an autumn and he'd put her in bright pink? Disaster. So guys, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you while you were in the act? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown. Well, that's it for this countdown, but catch you guys next time.
Though not many people know about the bizarre way he croaked. An eagle dropped a tortoise on his head. Apparently the eagle had mistaken the author's glistening bald head for a rock he could use to crack open his hard-shelled lunch. But where it gets stranger is that Aeschylus had been spending all his time indoors the last few months because a psychic had said that he would die from an object falling from the sky.